Right now, Ethereum is massively pumping, Bitcoin is very boring, and we are in the last 2 months of the Bitcoin bull market. So everything is once again aligning perfectly, just like it's supposed to be here. So that means that once again, the cycle of the phases is once again going to be playing out. So on this video, I'm going to be dedicating the video a little bit more about when we're really going to be seeing those explosions across all altcoins, because as of this moment of time, it is Ethereum that is outperforming the entire market. But this has happened every single bull market as well. Just like 2020, it was first Ethereum that was running very heavily. Before then, we had about like 1.5 to about 2 months where altcoins really did better than Ethereum. So I'm going to be talking exactly about this and much more on today's update video. I'm going to talk about the big breakout that currently is happening on the ETH compared to Bitcoin pair. I'm going to be, of course, talking about the most important charts. And yes, guys, don't forget to once again slap all that like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So first of all, Bitcoin exactly bounced from the support like we mentioned. But just like I said earlier, this video I don't really want to dedicate about Bitcoin. I mean, what we're seeing on Bitcoin is, of course, a break above the previous range high. We're seeing the previous resistance getting flipped into support. And of course, we are still having the CME gap trading below us. But outside of that, now I want to be taking my attention a little bit more towards the altcoins, because guys, you have been of course seeing on the channel that I've been long for Ethereum on a very long time. I even showed it whenever I was in a loss here, and yesterday I made this emergency video on the channel where I said there's a $20 billion Ethereum buy coming, and ever since I made that video talking about how higher Ethereum was going to go here, Ethereum pushed up another 6% towards the upside ever since I released that video. So we're doing absolutely great here. And of course, whenever we'll be taking profits on my trade, I will let you know on the channel. But guys, first of all, before diving deeper in towards the content and really telling you what is about to happen, if you look for an exchange where you want to, if you are looking for an exchange where you can trade cheaply, don't forget to check it out in the link description of today's video, because if you sign up an account using the link below, guys, you can get a 25% free rebate, which makes WeX the cheapest exchange out there. And you can get some insane deposit bonuses like a free $1,000 trade in Aptos, or if you deposit more, you can get up to $4,000. And yeah, you can win a free Bentley. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video, and let me continue further on here. So now it is clearly phase two in the market, right? We have seen that Bitcoin is very boring. We have seen that Ethereum is really overtaking the entire market attention. And we're starting to see, of course, the not only retail, but institutional side is heavily investing in Ethereum, right? And what is more importantly, we have this trader in our private Telegram group, which you can also, by the way, join here, guys, using the third link in today's video description. But we have this trader, and he showed this insane chart, which got me shocked here, because this chart is basically telling us how exactly Ethereum has outperformed the entire altcoin market before as well in 2020, and how it is currently doing as well in 2025, right? So we are seeing Ethereum is outperforming all the alts. And I don't believe this is going to stay forever. I remain to be believing this is going to be staying for maybe another 2 to 3 weeks here. But after that, we're going to see the entire altcoin market take back here. And that is also exactly according to how it should supposed to go here, because it's first Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin, and of course the entire market. But after that, it's going to be the large caps, and that is going to be outperforming Ethereum, right? And that part of the cycle, if I'm going to be looking according to history, is also like aligning with the expectations to be started approximately somewhere right here. So yes, everything is exactly aligning. If I'm going to be looking at the peak of the cycle, of course, and we're looking for the peak at Bitcoin. According to history, we have not hit the peak for the Bitcoin bull market yet here, but we are coming ever so slightly closer, because according to history, we are about 2 months out right now here. So this is very important data. And this data is also suggesting that after this Ethereum run, it is going to be rotating towards bigger altcoins. And we can see it also here on the total 2 chart. It usually tends to start in the beginning of August. And of course, it's right now, of course, the mid of August. So we are having a very great timing right now here. So that is, of course, absolutely amazing to see. Talking about Ethereum, I still think this strength on Ethereum is going to continue for another few weeks here. But you have to understand, eventually the profits of Ethereum are going to be rotating to these smaller altcoins. And that is where the real altcoin season starts, right? So all those people that bought Ethereum around $1,600, they're going to take profits around 5, 6K, right? And they're going to rotate it to smaller altcoins. And that is when the run is going to get started. I mean, this is really where you need to prepare for right now here. So I want to be talking about that here because, of course, I think the major run on altcoins are still and is still going to be happening, but we have to be a little bit more patient for that here. One of the altcoins I am taking a trade on is, of course, Aptos. Also, another one where I'm taking a trade on is Tau. This is an AI coin, guys. I am looking at many of these setups, and you can, of course, talk with me about these setups in my private group. So don't forget to join that. And of course, guys, you can get also this free $1,000 Aptos trade if you sign up an account using the first link in today's video description. But you really, what I also discussed in yesterday's video, Tom Lee, the CEO of BitMine, is raising up to $20 billion, which is like 1/4 of the total holdings of Michael Saylor, to buy more Ethereum. And like you can see in the last few weeks, he's been aggressively accumulating Ethereum. I mean, he's 10xing his Ethereum position already in about the last 2 months here, which is absolutely insane. I say last 2 months, but it's actually the last month only. So guys, it is insane how much he is buying. So far, he's holding about $5 billion worth of Ethereum, and he's raising another 20 billion, which is going to be buying from the open market. So you can imagine what that is going to be doing here. And of course, yesterday I made a dedicated video about this news here. And of course, after that, no one really reacted towards it, but still, approximately an hour later, Ethereum once again increased with about 5% here. So guys, make sure to also subscribe to the channel, because then you are staying up to date about all these latest news developments, because it is very important to understand these things, and they are very time related. And I mean, truly, the entire altcoin market and the entire market cap is right now showing us we are going to get an altcoin season, and more people are going to start to get convinced by it. And that is also one of the reasons why it is going to be happening, because the more people believe in altcoin season, the more people are going to be holding altcoins, and the more bigger the bump is going to be on altcoins basically here. But we can see it on the Bitcoin dominance. We are only on the verge of having this major drop here. And if I'm purely looking at Ethereum, and some people are saying, oh, Ethereum is already topped out, I don't think so. I, of course, also discussed my realistic price target, which I can get from this dashboard. Of course, also if you're in the private Telegram, I shared you this dashboard so you can use it yourself here. But basically, in my opinion, my realistic price target for Ethereum is 6.4K. It is not an insane price target for Ethereum. It is about, like, from here on, maybe a 20 to 25% push higher. But from off that level, I will be starting to take aggressive profits, not only on my trade here, but also on my spot positions. But if we're going to be hitting 5K, I already have some limit orders set up over there to cash some positions out here. Because yeah, I've been aggressively accumulating Ethereum between 1,500 to about 2K. So for me, I've already made like a 3x here. So for me, it makes sense to take some profits off the table. But this is my target for Ethereum, where I will be starting to scale out quite heavily. So altcoin season is clearly happening. Funding rates are still particularly low on Ethereum, which means that there is a big potential run still ahead for Ethereum before we're eventually going to be topping out here. But I want you to understand here, every single parabolica at some point comes to an end, right? And yeah, what I want to be mentioning is basically, we are at the last 2 months of the cycle. We've about 6 to 7 weeks left here, according to history. And I mean, so far, everything has played out according to history. Like, of course, the Bitcoin season, the Ethereum season, and I think also the altcoin season is going to be playing out according to history. And of course, if that also plays out here, it once again clearly shows us we are still in the 4-year cycle, and Bitcoin is most likely, if this is going to be playing out, still going to be topping out in about 2 months from now on. And of course, the altcoin market from that point is going to take a very big hit here. So this is the time to pay attention. I would highly appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. I mean, I will keep you guys up to date here. Of course, don't forget to also join my private Telegram group as well here in the link description of today's video. But anyways, guys, this was it for me in today's other video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.